Today is the 13th of December, and we're doing the Philpot Devotional for um, Sunday, December 13th, 2015, taken out of Zechariah 3:1. And he showed me Joshua the high priest standing before the angel of the Lord, and Satan standing at his right hand to resist him. Zechariah 3:1. It is the object of Satan to keep those secure, safe in his hands, nor does God see fit to disturb their quiet. But on the other hand, where Satan perceives a work of grace going on, when he sees the eyes sometimes filled with tears, where he hears the sobs heaving from the contrite heart, where he observes the knees often bent in secret prayer, where his listening ear often hears the poor penitent confess his sins, weaknesses, and backslidings before God. For by these observations we have reason to believe Satan gains his intelligence wherever he sees his secret work going on in the soul, mad with wrath and filled with malice. He vents his hellish spleen against the objects of God's love. Sometimes he tries to ensnare them into sin, sometimes to harass them with temptation, sometimes to stir up their wicked heart into desperate rebellion, sometimes to work upon their natural infidelity, and sometimes to plague them with many groundless doubts and fears as to their reality and sincerity before a heart-searching God. So that whilst those who have no work of grace upon their hearts at all are left secure and free from doubt and fear, those in whom God is at work are exercised and troubled in their minds, and often cannot really believe that they are the people in whom God takes delight. The depths of human hypocrisy, the awful lengths to which professions may go, the deceit of the carnal heart, the snares spread for the unwary feet, the fearful danger of being deceived at the last. These traps and pitfalls are not objects of anxiety to those dead in sin, as long as they can pacify natural conscience and do something to soothe any transient conviction they are glad to be deceived. But on the other hand, he that has a conscience tender in God's fear knows that what an awful thing it is to be a hypocrite before God, to have a lie in his right hand, and he be deluded by the prince of darkness, and therefore until God himself with his own blessed lips speaks with power to his conscience, and establishes him in a blessed assurance of his interest in Christ, by shedding abroad his love in his heart, he must be tried and exercised in his mind. He must have these various tossings to and fro, for this simple reason, because he cannot rest satisfied except in the personal manifestations of the mercy of God. J.C. Philpot, 1802 to 1869. Well, we know that we are in a battle that Satan is waging against God's people. In fact, the Bible tells us that he is the prince and the power of the air that works in the children of disobedience. But he also likes to come against God's people and malign them and accuse them, and he's the great accuser of the brethren. But we know that we have a high priest that is touched with the feelings of our infirmities, and in all points as we are tempted, he was tempted, and he was yet without sin. So we look for the perfect high priest who has finished the work for us, and we realize that we have been predestinated into the adoption of the family of God. God be with you this day.